Good evening. I'm Norah O'Donnell, and thank you for joining us in the final hours before Election Day. As America decides, we're coming to you from our election headquarters in New York City's Times Square. Every minute counts for Donald Trump and Kamala Harris, making their closing arguments to Americans in this razor-thin race. Vice President Harris is spending her entire day in battleground Pennsylvania with big-time star power at her rallies in Pittsburgh and Philadelphia. Former President Trump made stops in battleground North Carolina and Pennsylvania today, and he's ending the day in Michigan. The campaigns could not be further apart in their messaging in the final hours. Harris is not mentioning Trump by name at her rallies, while he's keeping up his personal attacks. Harris is sticking to an optimistic message of unity, while we see that the Trump campaign is laying the groundwork for a drawn-out legal battle over the election results. We have correspondents fanned out across the battlegrounds tonight, and CBS's Huey Burns will lead us off from Michigan ahead of the Trump rally there. Good evening, Caitlin.
Good evening, Nora. Well, a near decade of Trump campaign rallies is coming to a close. And in the last few days, the former president has sounded nostalgic about the MAGA movement. But he's also used some of those precious final hours of the campaign off message and focused on grievance.
The voice is holding up just about barely.
Former President Donald Trump on a grueling final sprint.
I don't even sleep, you know.
He began the day with a rally in North Carolina, a state he can't afford to lose.
If we win Pennsylvania, we win the whole ball of wax. It's over.
And then rallied in Pennsylvania, which he would love to flip.
One day, you gotta show up. I don't want any money. I don't want anything. Just show up and bring your vote.
His closing argument leaning heavily into the dark immigration rhetoric that's been a staple of his campaign. Today unveiling a new proposed tariff against Mexico.
If they don't stop this onslaught of criminals and drugs coming into our country, I'm going to immediately impose a 25% tariff on everything they send in to the United States of America.
Immigration and the economy have fueled his support in many of the battleground states, but he is also venturing off message in the final hours.
To get me, somebody would have to shoot through the fake news. And I don't mind that so much.
And he said he should have remained in the White House despite his 2020 defeat.
The day that I left, I shouldn't have left. I mean, honestly, because we did so well.
Trump campaign officials are encouraged by the number of their voters turning out early this cycle across the battleground states, a result of their shift in strategy from 4 years ago. Meanwhile, former competitor Nikki Haley published a supportive op-ed this week calling Trump the better choice. But he never took her up on an offer to campaign for him.
And Trump will finish tonight the way he finished his last two campaigns, with a rally here in Grand Rapids, Michigan. And at 78 years old, he has said he is not running for president again, making this his last ever rally as a candidate. Nora?
And Huey Burns is there tonight. Caitlin, thank you.